Hi, folks. Welcome to Emily's Selling Real Estate. Well, today I want to talk about selling your home and why it's okay that it hurts. Nobody tells you that selling your house is going to feel like a breakup, where the other party doesn't know that you're upset. The house doesn't care, you do. And that's the whole problem. Here's what's funny about this. We're talking about selling a home like it's a spreadsheet. Comps, staging curb appeal, closing costs, and sure, that stuff matters. I will give you all of it today. But nobody warns you about the part where you're standing in an empty kitchen at 9 p.m., the one where your kid learned to walk and you feel like you're grieving a person instead of a property. So today we're doing both halves. The tactical half, how to actually sell the thing for what it's worth, and the human half, why it's going to feel heavier than you expected, and why that doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. Let's start here, because if I start the pricing strategy, you're going to think, I don't get it. I get it. Full disclosure, I just moved to Connecticut 3 years ago, and I lived in a home for like about 25 years, and it was extremely hard to let that go. So, a house is one of the only objects in your life that absorb time. Not metaphorically, literally. Every wall has heard your arguments. Every door frame has a pencil mark measuring a kid who doesn't fit there anymore. You didn't buy a square footage. You deposit years into that structure. And now you're being asked to hand over the receipt to a stranger with a pre-approval letter. That's not sentimental nonsense. That's just what memory does to a physical space. Psychologists have a name for it. It's called place attachment. And it's not a character flaw. It's wiring. You're not too emotional for feeling this. You'll be strange if you didn't, actually. So here's the reframe. I want you to actually sit with this one. The grief is real, but the story you're telling about the grief is optional. I'm losing my home and I'm outgrowing, or am I outgrowing this chapter? Are both true descriptions of the exact same event. One of them keeps you stuck, sobbing in the driveway during the final walkthrough. The other one lets you sign the papers with wet eyes and letting go and a steady hand. Same facts, different interpretations. You gotta pick which ones run the show. Okay, so now let's get into this. Let's sell this thing, right? Tip 1, price it right. The first time, I don't care how much equity you think your emotional attachment is worth. Buyers don't pay nostalgia premium. Overprice it and it's 6 for 6 weeks. Then it gets dropped. Now every buyer thinks something's wrong with it. So you just turned your grief into a discount. Tip 2, depersonalize before you declutter. This is the part that it's gonna sting. Take down the family photo, pick up the kid's high chart on the door frame. Not because those things don't matter, because a buyer needs to imagine their life into that space, not yours. You're not erasing the memory, you're just giving somewhere else to live. A photo, a box, your own head, instead of the wall. Tip 3, fix the cheap stuff. Painting, lighting, clutter. Buyers make a gut decision in about 8 seconds. Standing in your entryway and no amount, but you should have seen it during the holidays, is gonna outdo a bad first impression. So tip 4, professional photos, non-negotiable. Most buyers are on their phone before they even go step into your house. If the photos look like a hostage situation, they will scroll past it. Tip 5, pick your battles at inspection. Deals don't usually die over the sale price. They die over a $400 water heater and 2 people's egos. Decide in advance what you're actually willing to go to war for. Okay, here's the thing about grief that people skip over, and it's not proof that something went wrong. It's proof that something mattered. You're allowed to cry at the closing table and still be making the right decision. Those 2 things are not in conflict, no matter what your nervous system is trying to tell you or convince you at 2 a.m. The house isn't the container of the memory. you are. It goes with you. The next owner gets the drywall. You keep everything that actually happens inside. So, sell it smart, price it right, depersonalize it, fix the cheap stuff, and get real photos. And don't go to war over a water heater, but let yourself, whatever you feel, walking out the door for the last time. You're not being dramatic. You're just a person who lived a life somewhere, and now you're about to live somewhere else. Well, I hope this helps. Take care.